Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I really don't need this window open. Put this over here. Put that right there. Oh. Alright, perfect. Now, how do let's actually do this. Let's see here. Welcome, Quentin. Wait for a few people to get on. Oh, already 5 people here. What we're going to do is just kind of review the market, kind of see what's been going on. Early this week, I gave out some trades. They obviously went over 100 pips, which is very nice. So we're going to kind of see what happened here. There was a little bit of volatility, spiked in the dollar. So we're going to go check that out and kind of take it from there. Quentin, you should go into the Telegram group. I didn't see if you saw in the VIP chat. One of our really successful members is looking to go ahead and, for the VIP, you know, if you're comfortable with it, to, you know, give a couple of G's to help people get started with their accounts to really make some big money. So I'd check out the Telegram group because I know you're in that VIP room. What we're going to do here, though, is we're going to go ahead and go over some charts, kind of look at the last trades we went into, and, you know, just kind of see what the market's doing and see if we can make some more money. Again, I think it was early Monday, we set up like 3 trades or whatever, and those trades obviously yielded us over 100 pips. So today we're just going to kind of get in here and kind of just see what the market is doing and kind of take it from there. So let me go ahead and transition over to the charts. There we go. All right, so obviously, people who know me, I always start off with DXY. DXY is like my unorthodox indicator. I like the DXY. It kind of really allows me to see what the market's doing and what the market's not doing. Instead of analyzing 8 different pairs, I can go and analyze the DXY, and then I got a good gist of what's happening within US cross pairs. Slide myself over there a little bit. Alright, cool. So, here we are, DXY. Obviously, there's some news that came out. You can see a little volatility, about 18, 20 pips. What I want to see here, though, is what I'm looking for is the DXY coming up to this 4-hour strong downtrend. Now, you got to keep in mind, if you were on the last video, we talked about micro trends, and the dollar right now is micro trending, meaning you're not getting this nice trend. You're getting these micro trends. And there's kind of like 2 parts of them. You got this long micro trend like this here, and then you got these half micro trends where we come, bounce, and we're kind of right in that area, right here at the bottom. So we're going to see what happens around this 4-hour, if this 4-hour really holds, because again, in a normal trending market, I have 100% confidence price coming up to that 4-hour and then bouncing off of it because we're trending right now. We're in this micro trend chop right here. Or you could call it really large consolidation. You know what I mean? We had this nice drop, and then since then, you're talking since January. So January, February, March, April. So 3 months of just micro trending. No real movement. So that's kind of been the you know, what's been going on here in the market. Let's see here, though. So right now, we are falling back under this 1 hour. I'll put that there because we could start to drop early as we are in this we're not really, you know, we were oversold here. That's why we had this pullback. So let's go ahead and kind of look here. What I'd like to see is I'd like to see the dollar hold in this area, come up to the 4-hour. This is the move I would like to see. I wouldn't want to see us fall earlier. I'd rather see us pull up and come to this 4-hour because then it gives us better trade setups. I just pinned an order here for a while, never got hidden, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. And we're actually going to go ahead and put all fresh charts on here. Load template. Let's get GBP USD. Where are you? Open. Okay, perfect. So we got that there. Let's get GBP JPY. That GBP JPY too, that sell we did, that actually worked out pretty well. A little bit of drawdown, but that, you know what I mean, that moved, that put in some work. So that was good. Let's see what else we got. USD CAD's just been trending down. Good old Euro USD. Let's get rid of this. This was a older pending order. And you can see I already got it, was lined up. So what I'm looking for is in the euro. What I'd like to see in the euro is Euro USD. I'd like to see a Euro USD pull down to this 4 hour and kind of see what happens when we get there. Again, the Euro USD is the same thing with the dollar. You can just see it here. You know, you had trend, and then just chop. So this could just break through it and we can come right on down to this bottom because, again, we're not really trending. We're in this micro trend stuff. But, you know, kind of is what it is. Let's see here, NZD USD, USD CHF. What do we got here? 4 hour. Let's get this chart nice and clean. Low templates. All right, Euro, USD CHF, open. Just want to get my templates nice and clean on here. Template, load. So yeah, so you know, the past, we'll say, few months, it's been trading. I mean, I don't want to say it's been difficult. It's just been, there hasn't been these really strong trends happening. So it kind of makes where you want to take your profits kind of difficult for a lot of traders. To where that's why I'm telling a lot of people, trade it in sections. So if you're looking to swing something out, break it down into sections. Because, I mean, just look at this. It's ugly. Chop. So it kind of really makes it hard to gauge where we want to sell, where we want to buy. Even this 4 hour, you know, it's not the prettiest 4 hour to buy off of. But we're going to see what we can get in here. So pretty much what I'd be looking for is, actually, how long is that? It's about 20, almost 30 pips. I might even get in here, if this is going to short, I might get in here and sell this down to the 4 hour and get myself a little 30 pips real quick. But we're just not going to rush into it so much too. Here's the other thing, guys. When you see somewhat of a trade setup, do not rush. You know what I mean? Really analyze it. Really break it down. Make sure that, you know what I mean, you're getting into something you want to get into. This is why I went back to the dollar, because in theory, I'd like to see the dollar break back above this 5 minute purple to come back topside, which in return would pull this Euro USD down. But you're looking at almost a 30 pip trade setup there. And I can get away with like an 8-9 pip stop because, again, if price is to break, this is the beauty of our setup. If I'm going to go sell here and price is to break, you know, purple, white, and this blue, there is no more resistance holding me down. So I technically do not want to be in this trade anymore. So there's no reason for me to put, you know, a 20 pip, 30 pip, 40 pip, 50 pip stop. There's nothing there to contain price. So it's kind of foolish to go ahead and do that. This is the importance of analyzing risk. You know what I mean? It's when you're analyzing risk, you're pretty much looking to see what is protecting your stop. What, you know, so if I'm selling, what type of resistance is above my stop? So if price breaks above, so meaning I deal with some drawdown. So if price breaks above where I'm trying to sell at, what form of resistance can still contain price down instead of it just coming right up and stopping me out? This is how you analyze your risk and your pairs. A lot of people just come in and sell and just throw a massive stop loss. Like, all right, well, I think price is going to sell somewhere between, you know, here and this 50 pip gap. No, that's not trading. That's guessing. That's not trading. That is pure guessing. When you trade, you're looking for pinpoint areas, you know, high probability places where to buy and sell at. So let's see here. And again, it's patience, you know what I mean? It's patience. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to give it a little shot, I'm going to go sell Euro USD, and we're going to go ahead and put about at the, you know, 10 pip, 12 pip stop on there. And I'm going to look to just lock in my profits. Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to float. What we're going to do is we're going to float, just because I know we're micro trending, meaning when you pull this back, let's look at this in a 4 hour window. When I'm saying micro trending, meaning we're kind of at this bottom area here to where price could come all the way back topside. Okay? So if that happens, that's really going to pull down my Euro USD. Now, for someone who's not really advanced, I would be looking to go ahead and just lock profits in right on your, for those of my members, your 4 hour. Those who aren't members, you know, you're going to be looking to lock profits in Around this area here. So you're looking at that 1.23355. Now, if you're one of my members, you're looking to just go ahead and lock in your profits right in your 4-hour purple. 4-hour purple. And if you're a little bit more advanced, you know what I mean? And this is why I say lock in money. A lot of times is, again, you traders, you don't lock in money. You don't get in the habit of locking in money. So when you don't get in the habit of locking money in, your account doesn't grow, because what happens is you're in a 60 pip trade, and then you let 60 pips come all the way back to 15 pips, and then you're just locking in 15 pips because you're greedy. 60 pips wasn't good enough for you. You wanted 120. So what I like to tell a lot of traders first starting out, lock the money in. Lock it in, because when you're locking in 30, you're locking in 40 pips, you're locking in 50 pips, you're locking in 60 pips consistently, your account starts to grow. Okay? It starts to actually grow. You're actually starting to feel the reward of trading. When you don't do that, and you don't know what you're doing when you're not locking money in, you know what I mean? You get 60 pips into a trade, you only end up locking in 15 pips, and then the next trade you lose 30 pips. So that means you just lost all your profits and now you're down 15 pips. So it's just not a very good method of trading. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold that. Again, we got low risk on here. Oops, I actually moved this. Let me fix that. Got low risk on here. Keep that like that. And let's see here. Boom. Let's go back here. Let's pull this back. And we're just going to hold it. Again, let me set time it is. You got to keep in mind too, this is the low volume. This is the low volume session. So it's 9 o'clock here. So that's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 9 p.m. where I'm located. But sometimes too, low volume is sometimes it's a good place to trade, because you can get in. It's very slow moving, and you can just kind of get in and let it do its thing. You know what I mean? You're not getting so much jumpiness. So that's kind of the nice thing about low volume. But for me, it's sometimes it's annoying. But either way, I tend to kind of do these live streams around this time, just because a lot of my members are United States based. So I know like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., they might be able to get on one of these live sessions and so forth. But let's go look here and look at some other pairs. What do we got here? Euro GBP, NZD, USD. Let's look at some gold. What good old gold's doing. And you can see that right there. I mean, that's normally your ideal 5-minute setup right here. Price comes down, hits your big blue, bounces off big blue, comes back in here, and then there's your short, and you're shorting on down to there. Let's just see here. I would do gold, but I know it's going to close soon, so we're going to leave that alone. You can see that same, that was a 1 hour setup there. Let's go back 5 minutes. See what we got here. Hey, now, dude, you've been lining charts up, you line them up, and then you're just not there for when it comes in, and your lineups hit perfect. But either way, like to me, when I have a perfect lineup and I don't trade it, it's still a win trade for me. Like mentally, it's a win trade. Meaning I read the market perfectly. Let's clean this chart up. This chart's crazy. All right, so let's load this new Euro JPY. Open. See what we got going on here. Okay. So we don't need an update. 1 hour, 4 hour. So you got a strong 4 hour strong uptrend. I mean, that thing looking strong. You see how it's just standing up real nice. That looks nice. Let's pull this back in a 5 minute and see what we got going on here. That looks like a nice area. That might be a nice potential buy right there in the EJ, right off the 4 hour purple. Let's just make sure it's under tight. Let's pull this back. I think I'm liking that. Do a little look. Actually, let's do it this way, 1 hour. I'm just doing a look left. This is something I started doing recently too. So like for my members who are on here, what I started doing is, so say like I'm mapping out the 4 hour strong uptrend and I'm thinking for a possible buy on it. I drop my line on it, the horizontal line on that area. Then I pull my chart out so I can see more, and I do a look left test. And what I'm doing is, what I call the look left is, I'm just looking at that 4 hour line, what kind of price action happened in the past, and you can just see it. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It's been very, very strong area. So just kind of, look back here a little bit, and you can just see all these wicks go into there. So you can see when I call it just a little look left test, it just sometimes gives you a little bit more confidence to when, if you're going to use that EMA for that buy or sell. Yep, I got 99 problems, but I simply ain't one. That's right, Quentin. For those you don't know, SLIP is an acronym Quentin came up with, is stop loss and profit. But yeah, so this looks pretty nice. And what I'm looking at is, you can see 5 minutes out, stochastics. Oversold, okay? 15 minutes, though, you can see though, 15 minutes, our stochastics is not oversold. 30 minutes, our stochastics not oversold. So what you're seeing here is, it's really just our 5 minute time period that is truly oversold. 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour out, we have plenty of room to come down, meaning we can come here, bounce up, get out of this oversold situation, and then come back down to go even lower. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the midterm market itself is not oversold, okay? I like situations where, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, all oversold or overbought, because that's letting me know short-term and midterm markets are completely oversold. And when I'm matching that, let's just say an overbought market with major resistance, it's going to give me that much more high probability of that trade executing perfectly, coming out the way I want it to. Okay, let's look at GBP USD. GBP USD, what are you doing? So, for your, trade formations, you got this, M type of formation showing up. But to me, I don't really care about that formation just yet, because I know dollar's in a micro trend. So this could easily change. You know what I mean? Like, you have an M, kind of like your M here, and then at the same time, you kind of have like I guess you could say a W. You know what I mean? That's why I don't particularly care for 100% pattern traders, because you can get really beat up doing that. But let's look here. To me, I'm not really liking the way it looks. You know what I mean? It's kind of ugly. I mean, one of the plays is, you could do something like, let's see here, 5 minutes. Let me get this line on here. So we can go 1 hour. We'll hit that 1 hour like that, and we can come here 5 minutes. You can see we're oversold. So what happens is, I could do something like, if price is to break above this area here, I can go in for my long to take a top side. But right now, I'm not really feeling the GBP USD. It's looking kind of ugly. Let's see, we got here a 4 hour. So it looks like I missed. I had this line down before when I had this marked out 4 hours here. You can see it moved, and you can see we already came down, hit the 4 hour, and have jumped off of it. That was here. Boom, and you can see that. That was easy 60 pips. Easy 60 pips right there. We're probably going to have a double tap here. So meaning this trade could be setting back up, so I can get into it again, take a top side, and still grab 60 pips. I look at it as, if you're getting good trades, all it takes is to clear 100 pips, 2 to 3 positions. That's it. You don't need, you see some of these people's screenshots, and it's like they have like 50 trades open. You really don't need that much exposure to the market to make money. All you need is about 2 to 3 trades, and you'll get your 100 pips. It's not that difficult. So let's see what else we got here. USD CHF. It's kind of the same story. So nothing's really. What I like is when I'm trading, or when I'm looking for trades, I like looking for things that really stand out, and they're like, sell me, buy me. I'm not really getting that vibe from the market right now. Let's see what we got here. That's the daily. Just the 4 hour daily. We got the weekly. That's a nice little move right there. Oh, look at the W. So let's see here. DXY, what are you doing? Back to my Euro USD, DXY. I just want to look at DXY, just a little micromanagement in the 1 hour. I mean, on the 1 minute. So that's fine. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Again, it's low volume, so this could take, you're talking a very long, extremely long time. USD CAD, for those who are my members, I mean, it's an easy trade setup. Just buy USD CAD right off of that institutional support area. It's still blue, it's super strong. So that's something simple. So meaning all you're doing is waiting for price to come on down, and then you can buy there. Let's just look at something here really quick. This has been a nice kind of trend going on here. Let's go 5 minutes. What do we got here? So that's sitting like that. 1 hour, 4 hour. See, to me, I'd rather have a pull up here. You know what I mean? This is strong. That 4 hour is real strong, and that 4 hour is getting ready to overlap our major institutional resistance area. So meaning if CAD was to pull up, you're talking that's 70 pips. But for those who trade USD CAD, my members, I'd keep an eye on the 4 hour time frame. And if price does get near that 4 hour, you're looking for that short there. And you're talking, it might be a possible 130 pip trade setup. I'm liking the way that looks. I like that 4 hour. I'm actually going to go ahead and just throw a little price alert in here. So if price starts to trending up, this will start ringing, just so I can just keep an eye on it. I like the way that looks. It's real nice. You can see that 4 hour, real nice strong downtrend. So when this goes to hit, we should really get a nice pull down off that. So we're going to leave that there. We'll leave the Euro USD where it's at. AUD USD. It's not too bad. So what happens here is on the AUD USD in the 4 hour, trend shifted. So you can see how trend shifted. So when you're analyzing it, you can come, 5 minutes, where we are. 1 hour, you can see we're right at the 1 hour right now. But you can see there's just been a lot of chop here. But this 4 hours looking really nice. Meaning we fall back below big blue, and trend shifted. So we were in this strong downtrend, and then around here trend shifted. And since trend shifted, we really haven't retraced back to retest. So that could be a nice AUD USD buy off that 4 hour. And then again, your take profit is very simple. You can look to, there's two different ones. You can look to lock money in at big blue on the 4 hour, or you can let it watch it, let it break through, and you can look to take profits at the institutional resistance level and lock money in there. And then you got yourself, give or take, depending on when we get down there, 50, 40 pip trade setup. Let's see daily though. Oh, see, now that kind of changes things. See, this is why very important to watch your charts. Let me get this on here. That kind of changes things. So we're going to change this color. Give me 1 second real quick. Make that yellow. Pull this back, because now we got a different form of resistance here, okay? Yellow is our daily big blue. That's a very strong resistance area. So we're going to put that right there. Oops. So that really it doesn't change things too much, but it definitely wants me to look into this market a little deeper. So we got the monthly, not too much going on there, or I'm sorry, that was the weekly and the monthly. Not a whole lot going there. Okay, perfect. So now that we got this fully mapped out, and again, this is why, for my members watching, this is why, use that as an example. I went 5 minutes, I went through the charts, but I didn't really go to daily. I was getting ready to make a really big assumption just based off of going through these right here. Then I go to daily, and then I really start to see, we do got this major form of resistance right here. Strong forms of resistance can really push your price down. So meaning, if I'm still on the look to buy off that 4 hour, I may be looking to see what's going to happen when price comes and retests that daily level. So I know that's going to be a very strong area to break. And right now, you can see prices kind of ranging between, this our daily and our hourly and daily. So you're kind of getting this up and downwards movement in this area. But keep an eye on that. Still not screaming sell me. I'm not sure if you guys got USD over the Singapore dollar. It's a cool, really cool pair. I used to trade it back in the day, and I'm trying to start trading it a little bit more now because it's a very exotic pair. It's been a very exotic, it's a very exotic pair, but it actually pays out good. A lot of exotic pairs don't pay out really good. That's why I don't really trade too many exotics. And it's got good spread. I mean, normally a lot of your exotics too, the spread is really high. It's got a really good spread. But again, you look at it, it's like the dollar. I mean, just chop, 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 chop. Looks horrible. So I'm probably going to leave that be for a little bit. I'd probably wait, so on this pair, I'd probably wait for a pull up to that weekly, and then that's where I'd sell. Pretty much what we took off from here. Dropped almost 100 pips. So again, the market's pretty quiet today, so there's not a whole lot. I was hoping we'd have a little bit more action here, but there's not a whole lot going on, and there's not like real clean, pretty setups. So there's only so much you can do. And this is the beauty when you're a disciplined trader. When I don't see really clean, neat trade setups, I don't force the trade. Where other traders will force it, I don't force the move. I'd rather sit out of the market for 2 days and have my capital protected, meaning I know if I'm not trading, I'm not losing any money. Than force trades because you have this mindset, I have to trade every single day. Or when I'm at my chart, there has to be a trade there. Sometimes there's not a trade there. Yeah, the market could be moving somewhat, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's a real clean-cut, dry trade there. I like clean-cut, dry trades. Something real clean. And I got to keep my eye on this Euro USD. It's not really running, but I just want to keep an eye on it because if the dollar is to break, if the dollar breaks this area here, you can see my stochastics. I got plenty of room to move down. And there's no more support here. There's nothing to hold price up. So if the dollar's to break below this area, I'm probably going to go and manually close out that Euro USD trade just because there's nothing to hold the dollar up. So if the dollar's going to go down, the Euro USD is going to go up. Right now I'm shorting it. So what we'll do too is, this is why I love these alerts. We'll go in here. Hold on 1 second. Why is it not doing that? Because I think the dollar market, no? What is going on here? Alright, well that's annoying. Before I'm going to right click, I get buy, sell, I guess the dollar. Okay, that's why the dollar's closed. Let me see here real quick. Tools. Only way I know how to do the alert is just by right clicking on the actual screen. So right now I'm going through my tools to see if there is the alert somewhere I can just put it in. Alright, so I can't really do that. So yes, I can't do that. So either way, I'll just watch this, or I'll just put the alert in my phone. I have one of those apps where I can put a price. So I'm just going to put a price point, a little bit below this area here. So like, if price comes here to 89,203, that dollar index, I'll go ahead and close it at a Euro USD for a minimal loss. My average wins, you're talking just so, you look at it this way. So this is my first trade since the trades I set up Monday, and that was over 100 pips. Okay, so 100 pips, we'll just say 100 pips, keep it simple. And if this trade doesn't play out right, you're talking I'm only losing 10 pips. Okay, so you make 100 pips and you're only losing 10 pips. This is how my account's able to grow, is because I lose very small and I win large. You know what I mean? I win very, very big. So I could lose, in theory, I could lose more than I win, and I will still be a profitable trader. That's the beauty of real risk management. You could technically lose more. GJ in the 4 hour. Got this in my group. Yeah, I got that lined up. I'm not sure if you're on here. I'm going to write this in my group. Yeah, I got that lined up. Thinking to go ahead and play with it. One of my members talking about the GJ 4 hour. So pretty much what we're looking for is GJ to come down. We'll buy off this 4 hour, take a top side, you're 60 pips. So you're talking like literally. So if this trade is to play out right, and the small Euro USD trade to play out right, that's 2 trades, almost 100 pips. That's the key, bro. 2 to 3 positions is all you need to really make some big money. DXY. I don't know if does someone have a particular pair they'd like me to analyze? I don't know who's on this video. It looks like there's 6 or 7 people. I know I only have a few of my members on here, so I don't know the level of traders who are watching this video. I don't know if you're in positions right now. If there's something you want me to look at, now would be the time. Just go ahead and drop a message or a comment, a pair you'd like me to go over, and I can definitely go over that pair for you. Oh, hold on, I'm getting some fuzz going on here. Let me see what's going on here. Video capture. Nope. Filters. Chroma key. Soften that out. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so if there's if there's anything that someone wants me to go over, go ahead and put that out there. What's going on, Eddie? It's time to make some serious guap, Eddie. It's guap season. It's really cool, the group that we have, man. You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize, like, in our group, we got a VIP room, and one of our really successful members, pretty much put it out there for the VIP group. Hey, look, if you're really confident with your trading and this and that, we got a member who's putting up capital for actual VIP traders. So I thought that was really, really cool. Really, really nice to see that type of teamwork within our organization. Because let's face it, there's some people out there, you know what I mean? They work, they have a job, they have this, they have that, they only have X amount of money. So it could take them a very long time to come up with $2, $3, $4 grand to start trading. So to kind of be able to have an opportunity to be able to trade someone's capital, that's pretty neat. But other than that, there's 5 people on here. Is anyone trading right now? Is anyone in anything right now? Let's go over to this Euro USD. About to make some money. See if this goes right. So this is a simple little trade setup too on this Euro USD. I mean, it was cut and dry. I like to call it little easy baby money. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to close. Cancel that, take profit. We're going to watch this manually. So we're sitting positive 1.6 pips, and I mean the most negative we were was like point something pip, you know what I mean? And again, this is the beauty when you're getting in at optimal price. Price is not so, meaning I get in my entry, and the minute I'm in my entry, price doesn't really tend to just run away from me. You know what I mean? A lot of traders get in, the minute they sell, price goes against them 15, 20 pips. Normally when I get into positions, I'm getting in at really high probability areas, so price really tends not to like just immediately, draw me down negative 15, 20 pips and so forth. So that's kind of real nice. And tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a live video out tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to Poland for the day tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to be able to do too much videos. Maybe I can get like a London in. But other than that, around, let's see, 4 my time, so that's 3, 2, 12, 11, 10, 9. It's about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be heading over to Poland. Be right back. I need some more wine. Estou? Yes. Lá. I am back. All right, let's see here. And again, so in this case too, low volume markets, a lot of new traders get beat up in these markets because you get a lot of this up and down, back and forth, and they tend to chase the market. So what happens is they think there's going to be a buy, so they go in and buy, and then it kind of switches over. So they close at the buy, and then they go and sell, and then it switches back over, and they close it out, and they do this like 5 or 6, 7, 8 times, just losing money, small pips, but do that 5, 6, 7, 8 times, 5 pips, 5 times 8. There you go. They just lost 40 pips. Understand in a low volume market, it's low volume, so you might get a lot of this flip flop. So if you see a sell, stick to your trade. Don't mid trading hop out. I mean, I could do that. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I know exactly what I'm looking for when it switches. So like all this, you didn't see me do anything on my Euro USD. I just left it alone because I understand what's happening here. It's this low volume, but a lot of traders will get beat up in this low volume chasing. Thinking it's a buy, thinking it's a sell, thinking it's a buy, thinking it's a sell. You know what I mean? Have confidence in your actual trade setups. Other than that, I mean, I guess all I'm going to play with right now is either USD CAD on the buy. When we hit that major area down there, we're already in a Euro USD, and we'll probably play with this GBP JPY off that 4 hour. I'm going to leave GJ or GU alone. USD CHF, I'm not liking it right now. Right here in NZD. Little NZD. What's going on, baby? So got a strong 4 hour on the NZD. But you can see too, NZD is the chop. And we're kind of right now, we're at the top of this range. We still got a little bit more room in this area here. Let's do insert. We'll do shapes, rectangle. So we have this top area here. Let's shit. So you got this kind of area here, and we've already kind of broken this area here. So again, this is the difficulties of this type of trading. We don't have this trend, chop, 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 chop. So we'll watch this pair here, because what happens is, to me, I'll still probably attempt to buy off this area just because it's overlapping, meaning it's super strong. It'll be a strong area, but again, real tight stop. I'm not going to give it much room to breathe, because if it's going to work, we should just bounce and then come up higher to these previous highs areas. And next thing you know, you're going to 70, 80, 90 pip trades set up there. But again, there's not a whole lot going on here. You can see that perfect little gold setup, shorting off there, taking that down, 75 pip. But yeah, so the market's really quiet. Not a whole lot going on here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. If no one has any questions or anything, I think we're going to go ahead and end that here. It looks like my camera just went out. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Alright, so the camera just went out. Now we got all this fuzz going on. Hold on 1 second here. I gotta figure out why this keeps doing that. It's really annoying. Alright, so the color contrast, everything's all messed up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and deactivate the camera for now. I gotta go fix that. But either way, I think we're gonna be done for this little session. Not a whole lot going on. I don't force positions, you know what I mean? Like I wait for things to truly set up, and then I take advantage of it. So with that being said, members, if you have any questions, obviously you know how to get in touch with me. Other people, kind of is what it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this session for now, and we'll just come back to it. Just keep doing what we're doing.